who can sponsor a family member for permanent residence? That's what we're talking about on today's episode of Sumner School Family Immigration Basics. My name is Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration. Let's get into it. So who can sponsor a family member or petition a family member for a green card? There are two groups of people that can sponsor a family member. One is a U.S. citizen. A U.S. citizen can sponsor their spouse, their child, their parent, or their sibling. The second group is permanent residents, also called green card holders, also called legal permanent residents, and for short, LPRs. Green card holders can sponsor their spouses and their unmarried children. So what are some other requirements? Another requirement is the age. The age of the petitioner, the person who is sponsoring another person for a family-based immigration case, matters in some situations. So for example, if you are a US citizen and want to sponsor your parent for permanent residence, you have to be at least 21 years old as of the date that you file the petition. In addition, you'll want to pay attention to the age of the person being sponsored, because that can affect the classification that they fall into, as well as whether they're married or unmarried, because that can also affect whether you're able to file for the person. Proof of the relationship. You will absolutely have to document the proof of your family relationship. Typically that's done by documents like birth certificates, marriage certificates. Sometimes you have to include divorce decrees, death decrees. For marriage-based cases, you definitely have to include additional evidence of that relationship, such as photos, communication, documentation of travel together. We'll have a separate video on that down the line. But you do have to include proof of the relationship. Finally, there are financial requirements for sponsoring a family member. Sponsors have to meet specific income requirements or asset requirements to show that they can financially support the family member that they're sponsoring, and to show that the foreign national, the person they're sponsoring, is not likely to rely on certain public benefits. Every immigration case is different, and it can be really tricky to navigate this system. One thing to keep in mind is that it is not possible to sponsor just any family member. So I'm a US citizen, I could not sponsor my cousin directly. It's not possible to sponsor cousins, nephews, nieces, aunts, grandparents directly. It may be possible to still achieve your goals through other ways, such as a different family member sponsoring them directly, or perhaps a different way entirely, like an immigration-based option. But keep in mind, just because you are a US citizen or a green card holder, unfortunately does not mean that you can sponsor any family member. It has to be one of these that we've talked about. So this process can be complex and it can be frustrating. If you are starting your journey and you're looking for help with it, if you are ready to get started on your journey and you're looking for an immigration lawyer to help you navigate this, we are here to help. The first step is to set a time for a consultation with us. We'll put the details about how to do that in the comment below. I hope that you will contact us if you're interested, even if you're not ready to take that first step yet. If you have found this information helpful, I hope that you will share it with a family member or a friend, and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Until next time, my name is Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration Law.